And that's also why their venom is often referred to as the Ebola of snake venoms. It can go either of both ways. It can make your blood thicker or thinner. And we found out that these snakes are actually probably more dangerous than we thought. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Reptile Talk, the channel where we talk about reptiles. Today, I'm gonna tell you a little about the forest twig snake, a highly venomous snake, very, very dangerous, arguably one of the most venomous snakes in the world since there is no anti-venom for it. So I'm going to tell you a little more about her. We're going to talk about why they're so dangerous, a little bit of the science behind it, and why they're maybe not so dangerous. So let's jump right into it. So forest twig snakes are opistoglyphous snakes, meaning they're rear-fanged. They have a semi-open fang structure, meaning they can't actually pressurize when they inject venom into their prey. That's why you often hear that they have to chew their venom in, because they're kind of making the wound bigger and pushing the venom in at the same time. So we actually did a little bit of research on their venom, nothing too high-tech, fancy, sciencey. And we found out that these snakes are actually probably more dangerous than we thought. Their venom is hemotoxic. Hemotoxic meaning it attacks your blood cascade. It can go either of both ways. It can make your blood thicker or thinner. So vipers are usually linked to the thickening, the coagulation of blood cells, making your blood thicker, kind of like gelatinous, so it can't really flow through your body. And these guys right here, and boom slams as well, which are close relatives, go the other way. It's an anticoagulatory venom, meaning your blood is going to become thinner. So at some point, your capillaries, your veins and arteries cannot contain the blood anymore. And then you start bleeding from your eyes, your nose, all types of places we don't want to talk about. And that's also why their venom is often referred to as the Ebola of snake venoms. Now, when we did our research, first of all, I have to say, the quantity of venom was so small, this far away, you wouldn't be able to see it. We really had to get an up-close look and see. We weren't even sure if it's just saliva, but indeed it was venom, because we'll get to this. So we diluted it with a saline solution and then injected it into some blood. And I kid you not, the blood thickened, so it coagulated, which this venom is not supposed to do, and it did that within 5 seconds. By comparison, we did puff adders and rhino vipers on the side, and that took, I don't remember, but many dozens of minutes, probably 20 or 30, until the blood actually really started thickening up. These guys, it happened within 5 seconds. And the quantity of venom was so tiny. So that's another thing which we can get to. Being rear-fanged, biting whatever it is quite difficult. They have to open their mouth wide, and as I said, they have to chew the venom because they can't actually pressurize the venom like a syringe. So them actually biting and holding on to you and injecting venom, odds are much lower than on another snake. Yet they're not zero. So I also mentioned that they don't make antivenom for this species. Antivenom is really hard to make. I should probably do a video on how antivenom is made. But it's quite a lengthy process, and it's not easy, and it's quite expensive. And these snakes just don't bite people. That's why they're not actually that dangerous. I spotted one in a forest. I've only ever seen one wild one in my life. Spotted it in the forest. I was training some rangers, and I pointed out to it, and it wasn't that far away. I can try to put a picture in, because I got a good picture. You can pause and try to find the snake. But yeah, no one saw it until I went up and actually grabbed it. And also, right in front of me, a group of tourists walked under the snake. Like, the snake's head was yay high above the tourist's head as they walked through. These snakes just don't want to bite. They're ambush predators. They're well hidden in the tree canopy. If you're in a rainforest where they occur, you're probably going to walk past them and never even know they were there. And you can see this snake here. I don't handle my snakes that much, you know, and she hasn't tried biting me at all. And she's kind of freaked out. She's like, well, this is unusual, you know, you've taken me out of my enclosure, but she's not biting. So, moral of the story is they are highly, highly venomous snakes with a very potent hemotoxic venom, which is said to be an anticoagulant. However, from what I've personally seen, it is a very strong coagulant. Maybe later on it does the opposite. It anticoagulates, if that's a term. Yeah, bite cases are just really rare. They don't want to bite people. They're quite shy animals, very chilled. So almost no one gets bitten. And that's why there is no antivenom for these guys. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.